Okay, I wanted to do a video actually cropping the image and setting it up with the laser because I don't want anyone to get discouraged. Hold on, let me connect this. I don't want anyone to get discouraged in my videos and see the coordinates that I'm using on here because every laser is going to be different, including if we have the same laser. Because my laser, even the way it's oriented, like how my arm bar is going this way, some folks have it the other way. So the arm bar is going this way. And depending on what type of jig you're using, I'm just using a box, right? And where that hole is cut is going to be totally different on here. So I'm going to focus this video on framing because that's what matters the most, right? And then the coordinates are like, unless you're running my exact laser, like in my home, it's going to be very hard to match or even like really use them. So with that said, I'm going to grab, I have a hat. I have a blank Willie and Dolly hat that we will be using. So this is how it comes. I'm going to go ahead and take off the hat band, and I'm going to just show how I would do the top of it too. I have a better, more in-depth video, but I'm essentially punching it in right here. And my hat jig is it's a Walmart box. But there's actual like Gummy Thunk sells a hat jig. You can make your own hat jig. There's cut files online on Etsy too. That will make it a lot better, but I am just using my good old Walmart box. So here's my hat, right? It's pushed out, nothing fancy. I'm going to put it in my hole right here. Oh, and the way that the hats work, just so that everyone knows, the back of the hat's where the tag is, and the way that my laser's oriented, the back goes this way. So, but again, like I said, it's gonna vary. Even if we were running the same X tool, it's gonna vary. So with this hat jig, you can see that it's all raised. So I'm gonna take my push pins and I'm gonna go ahead and push that down. So I'm gonna pause the video and take care of that, and we'll pick right back up. Okay, so mine is all pinned down, as you can see right there. And it's as flat as I can get it on my really fancy Walmart box. I'm gonna try to position you so you can see how I'm going to frame the design that I have uploaded in my laser software. So let's see. Okay, so the reference image on this design, let me show you on my laptop. See how that flower is covering maybe like 75% of one side of the hat. So what I want to do, when you get really good at this, it's easier to like eyeball and go, oh, okay, that's where I want it. But if this is how I started, and it took me about 6 months to perfect hats, and I do all sorts of different hats. And I do it in my other laser, which is a smaller bed than this one. But this is my diode one, so I'm showing it with a diode, and then I have another video of my P2S. But so for this video, I want the flowers to kind of go from where I have one of my pins. I'm using about, I don't know, there's probably like 12 pins on here. I want the flower design to go from like this pin right here to like right before this bottom pin right here. So I'm just gonna kind of, if you have a seamstress pencil, you can use that too. I'm using a very, very light, this has all my grips, my son's grips on this pencil, but you get my point. So I know I'm eyeballing. So when I frame this, the way it should look is this should kiss the side. You can see. So kiss the edge of the hat, right? And then I want it to go across right here, about to the middle of the hat. Then I want to come right back up the top and then kiss the top of the hat. So this is already touching. So like I already know that I have to move my jig down, right? Because this arm can't go any farther. So, and the way that I design my my designs, I don't, if you can see this like little ridge here, if you can see this little like seam Here, I like my designs to stay on the inside of the seam. That's just a personal preference. So that's why I'm saying, okay, when this comes down, I want it to come down right down the middle over, and I want it to kiss that line. So if you see like where the crosshairs are right there, see how they're like, it's touching the top part of this seam right here? That's exactly what I want. So I want it to do that along this seam, and then I want it to cut over, come right back up the middle and stop right there. Okay. So let me set my phone up. One more view.